Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today, I wanted to share my experience, my journey through reading the Bible through in a year. This is my second year. 2026 will be my third year. And I want to show you some tips and tricks, the plans I used, the things I did. If you feel like you want to get into it or you want to start doing it, but you don't know how, you think it's going to be too hard, stay and watch this video because I was in the same boat as you. I tried and failed many times before I actually broke out of it and done it. So let's get into it. So, like I said, my first year reading the Bible through was in 2024, and I followed this plan right here. I don't have it anymore because it was a long time ago. And when you open it up, it breaks down it just goes 1 through 365. It doesn't give you dates and it just tells you what to read. So, to make it a little bit easier for me to understand and make sure I was on the right day, I took a planner, like just a calendar, handheld calendar, cheap from Dollar Tree, and wrote down each day. It is a lot of writing, but so say January 1st was Genesis 1 through 4. I just went on the calendar and wrote Genesis 1 through 4 on January 1st. And so then after I transferred it all over to the planner, then I put that other thing aside and then just went off the planner. I will say about this one, 2024 was the year that my uncle passed away, and it was in February, so I was really thinking about just stopping. Because like I said, I had tried and failed multiple times before, years ago. Started doing it, failed when I got to Leviticus, failed when I got to Deuteronomy. So I was reading the Bible and I was really determined to do it to do it in 2024. But then, like I said, my uncle passed away, so I was debating on putting it just quitting, not because I was mad at God or didn't want to read the Bible. It was just I was out of my element. A lot of stuff was going on. I was over at my aunt's a lot of the time, so I didn't have all my stuff with me. I didn't really have a quiet room. But I persevered. I went through it. I did it. I read it all, and I was very proud of myself. Let me tell you, the amount of accomplishment and joy that you feel in reading the Bible front to back. Because I always thought, well, why you don't have to read the Bible front to back. You don't. That's true. You don't. You're not a bad Christian if you don't. You're not, behind if you don't. That's, whatever. But I always thought, well, I want to. There was a desire in me to say, "Oh yeah, I've read it front to back." And after I did that, January or December 31st, it was just like such a wave of accomplishment. And my church, like honors people who do it, so that's not at all why I read it. I read it for myself and for what I wanted to do. But at the end of the year, our church does a service, and we honor those who read the Bible in a year. So yeah, I was really proud of myself for pressing through. That was a hard year in my life, and I think really um the Bible got me through some days for sure where I didn't have nothing to look forward to but reading the Bible. And so that was just straight through Genesis to Revelations. It was about 3 to 4 chapters a day, unless you were in Psalms because they're really short chapters. So sometimes it would be 6 to 7, but other than that, it was just straight through, really easy. Now 2025, this year, this is what I did. This is the Read Through the Bible in a Year planner. I don't know who this is by. It doesn't say. But I'm going to give you an example of how it does. So this is January 20th. Let me just go here. And so you're reading some in Genesis, some in Matthew, and then some in Psalms. So you do some in the Old, some in the New, some in Psalms. So this is just how it was. So we read Genesis 41, Matthew 12:30 through 50, and Psalms 18, 1 through 15. Then it gives you kind of a little breakdown of one of the verses, a little commentary, and then you can do reflection on today's reading, top priorities, schedule, remember. Then it has a little calendar, water drunk. I really did like this one. There were times where the reading was kind of confusing because it would be like Matthew 12 1 through 5, and then so then it was like I would rather just read the whole chapter, if you know what I'm saying, to kind of just, but there were days where you did read the whole chapter. And you can see there were days where I just checked it and I didn't fill out all that stuff. But yeah, so I really did like this one. I don't really know what you call, and in the back it does have read through the Bible in a year, just split up like that, all in all these pages. Um, I think I'm gonna put this one. I like this one better than the first year, just because it kind of breaks it down. And I would highly suggest doing this one if it's your first time reading, because it gives you a variety. You're not just stuck in the Old Testament reading the laws and reading this. You're in the New. You're in Psalms, which is always encouraging, and it's a lot less reading. It felt like to me. I know it's probably not, because in the end it makes up probably 4 or 5 chapters, but it just felt like less reading to me. It felt easier to me. So I think I'm going to put this on number 1, put the little packet on number 2. Now, you could think, well, what are you going to do this year? Are you going to go back to number 1? Are you going to buy another journal? Well, I seen this at Goodwill, my good old faithful Goodwill. This is a 1 year guide, the Bible recap. This is by Tara Lee Cobble, and I've never done this before, but this is chronological order. And if you don't know what chronological order is, I'll put a little thing up here explaining that. But this is more of a devotional type. Let me go to, so this is the recaps and chronological reading plan. Like, I've never done chronological, like I said, just done straight through. I done breaking it up, and then this year will be chronological. So day 1, which will be January 1st, is Genesis 1 through 3, and then it gives you all these study notes and recaps on Genesis 1 through 3. Day 4, Genesis 4 through 7. Okay, so you're like, oh, well, that's normal. But if we flip to day 4, we have Job 1 through 5, and it goes Genesis, Exodus. So that is why it is in chronological order. So I think it's about 4 to 5 chapters a day, 3, 4, 5, somewhere around there, depending on how long the verses are in the chapters. But I got this at Goodwill for $2.99. I seen it the other day when I went to Mardell's for $22. So if you want to do this reading plan, check your Goodwill first. If you don't mind buying used books, this one was in mint condition, no writing, no nothing. Check your Goodwill, because this is an expensive book. $22 I feel like is a lot. But if you want to read something chronological, this does have a really, really good reviews. So yes, I can't really speak much on it because I haven't ever read in chronological, but I'm excited to get into it for 2026 and kind of see, it would be interesting. I did just want to show y'all. This was the Bible that I used. I got this 2023. So, it was the year before I started reading the Bible through. So, once I read the Bible through, I had a lot of stuff to highlight in here and take notes. This is a journaling Bible, as you can see. But it's been 3 years, and it has a little damage. As you can see, I just tried to tape it. But like I said in the beginning of this video, our church rewards, or not really rewards, I don't want to say that, but honors those who read the Bible through in a year. So this year, they gave us a little Mardell's shopping spree to buy what we wanted. I am literally so excited. I got a new Bible. Can we just take a moment for the beauty of this? If this is not the prettiest thing I've ever held in my hands, well, no, prettiest object because anyways, so as you can see, I do like a hardback Bible. I don't really care for hardback books, but I do like hardback Bible. This one was just a good old King James version. I prefer King James version. You can read whatever you like, whatever's easiest for you to read. I just like King James version because it is the closest It's you get the most truth. And the farther you get in versions, they take out stuff, they add stuff. No hate, no tea, no shade. But it's just my personal opinion. This one is the King James Version Study Bible. And what a study Bible is, with a study Bible, your Bible's going to be up here, and then down here is going to be sermon notes, notes breaking down these verses of, whatever they thought it was, or even historical stuff. So if you're reading about a place, sometimes you can go down here and it'll tell you that this place was closer to this place and all that stuff. It is so cute. I don't want to get it dirty because, as you can see with this one, it's a little dirty. So I'm definitely going to look into ordering a Bible cover for this. But after all that being said, I hope I encourage you to read the Bible through in a year. I am so glad that I started when I did, and I've been through the journey that I have. I don't know what I'm going to do in 2027 because I don't know if there's any more Bible plans. I'm sure there is, but I will keep you all posted. Probably maybe in March, I'll make another video and see how the chronological order Bible reading plan is going. If y'all want to see that, comment down below. If you have any other Bible questions, Bible videos, any other regular videos you want to see me do, please put it in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, do all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. You are amazing. And even if you never read the Bible through in a year, it's okay. If you want to start trying, it's okay. If you try and fail, it's okay. You'll get it one day, and just pick whatever plan is best for you. If the chronological, if the shorter one, if, you know, uh, my dad actually read a plan where you read it 4 times in a year. So he would read like 30 chapters a day. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I can't do that one. But thank y'all so much for watching. I will see you on the next video. Bye.